Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to my channel for a Wednesday night live. Who have we got? Right, let's just bring the guys in straight away. And we've got.
Is that better?
Cheers, everyone.
We've got Shug, and we've got Mark as well tonight. Jamie is going to try and get in, but his internet went down earlier on. Let's put you guys back in the background again.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so Jamie is going to try and get in if his internet comes back, and I did send a link out to Andrew AGK as well, but he hasn't seen it yet, so he may well be busy. But we will get on and do what we're going to do. And tonight on the lathe, I have got a piece of lacewood, which is 10 inches diameter by around about 3.5 deep. It has got a couple of cracks in here, which I have filled with super glue.
Howdy.
And I have used all three.
Ooh.
Oh,
Because I did say to the guy at Harrogate that I was going to be using it and let him know. So I have used it.
My care package from them arrived today.
Grand, excellent. He
Yes.
did say to me, if once it gets down a bit, give us a shout and he'll send us some more, which was very nice of him. So there are a few cracks which I've filled with super glue, and if you are using super glue now, I had a chat with with Emma. I think Jamie was there as well, and Jimson stuff down at Yandles a wee while back about super glue. And how some people, when they're filling in cracks, they can sometimes have a problem once they start cutting into it, that the super glue flies out. And what I said was, if you're filling in a crack, see, it's a fairly deep, wide crack. If you're filling it in with thick, and then you start putting thin over the top, so that'll dry quick. Basically, what you're doing is, it's like putting the top back on a bottle of super glue. So you take the top off, you fill up the crack or whatever with the super glue, and when you put the top back on, obviously the super glue still stays liquid in the bottle. And that's the same thing as what happens when you're filling cracks up. If you don't let the first layer that you put in dry properly, and you put something over the top and it dries, the underneath is just going to stay liquid. It's not going to cure.
Yeah.
So there's a wee tip for you.
It has to be a slow process. There's no fast way of sealing cracks well.
No.
You just have to take your time.
Not big ones anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so what speed am I going to turn? This is a piece of lacewood, by the way. Oh,
we like
check to
lacewood.
see if I tightened. Didn't check to see
Chuck,
if I
do you want me to
tightened that up
read and
properly.
you do the memes?
You sure can, mate. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Right. Let me just get the list up then.
Yeah, let me find
So
the
I'm going
memes.
to do this off the alphabetical list provided by YouTube. So we've got Barry Fisher, Billy Brown, Dave Otey, Door 60, Douglas Mungham, Fred Gilliver, Gerard the French Turner, James Crawford, Jim Spalding, Kevin 9K Creations, Rob from Klingspor Abrasive,
Hang on.
Martin. Ooh, abrasive and proud of it.
Yeah, we got that one.
Lucy Bundy Rowe, Martin Boyd, Miss T's Woodturning, Norman Greenwell, Paul Houghton the Greasy Turner, Paula Thompson's in.
Oh,
Philip
yeah.
Moss, Susie the Swiss Wood Turner, Scott the Blue Light Turner's Workshop, Tony Smith, Huey Klein, Holtz Van Tissayen,
Yep.
Ward Wilson,
This is
Ward
Hollow
Wilson.
Country.
and
Yeah.
anybody I missed, blame YouTube.
I think I'm in, Mark.
I didn't read your name because I know you're in. Benjamin's in. Rex B.
I'm looking forward to that being a real meme when I really get one.
Rex P saying, thought all of you would be celebrating your football win. Rex, we only played Iran. There wasn't anything to celebrate.
Good evening, everybody. Good to have you here.
Martin.
You got no Markel. I was looking forward. His was the first one I found. Can you hear me?
Just mark the tenant. Sorry, the mortise.
Donna Love Angel's in as well. Hello, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
And your heckler as well. Wifey Woodshed's in.
Coughing. Hello, Ivy.
The real bona fide Jennifer's Crafting Creations. And Michael 14 Carrot McEwen. Peter the Park Woodturner's in.
Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Donna.
Douglas Mungham's asking, question. Mark, how is JP?
What?
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 No idea. Mark, how is JP? I'm guessing it's because he had his tooth last week, didn't he?
Oh, right. He's
All right, JP's fine.
he's not doing that good with his tooth, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but it's a bit like the stabby elbow thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't play on the sympathy thing because he'll just milk it.
Yeah, until something else happens, we're going to have to hear about the tooth, and then.
Oh well, to tell you the truth, it's probably as well he isn't in tonight because he cut his hand, did he?
Oh, that'll take his mind off his teeth anyway. Spider Sped's in. Hello, buddy.
With Speed is friend. Rex, the piece of wood is lace wood. And he's turning a bowl.
A barrel.
Lace wood is also known as London Plain.
It's very nice. Very nice to play with.
That's Plane, I think.
I believe it is, mate. Yeah.
It is. Yes, you're right.
I hope so, because that's how I spelt it anyway. Benjamin said he's also having issues with his teeth. Please send painkillers, beer, and SK114s. You're going to be in pain for a long time, Ben.
Ben, if I knew, mate, I just bought myself another one.
And there'll be a meme Zoom with Ben on a push bike going, woohoo, when Ben gets his SK114. Andy Bundy Rose in. Hello, mate.
Donna's telling us a story about her new Ring doorbell. I've just fitted one of those today. They're hilarious. Every time I walk past it, it tells me somebody's near my door.
Yeah.
You knew.
I'm not sure if it's the same as
So-
ours. We haven't got Ring. We've got the other one. You can pause it.
Oh, my.
So with Andy being in, Andy Bundy Road, did you spend very much at Yandles at the weekend, Andy?
Oh, yeah. Do tell.
Mark, I was going to say there's somebody in the chat being facetious. Do you want to time him out? But you can't. But I can. Right, Scott. Stop on about the number one holders immediately.
All right. Yeah. Thwack.
I'm only joking, mate. Evening, buddy.
Gerard's asking a question. Shay gave him a piece of tiger wood the same time as he gave it to Brian. It's a lot of wormhole. Can they be filled with coloured resin before turning? Yeah. You could colour them. You could fill it with.
Oh, sorry, was that a question for me?
I think it was just a general question. But it was, yeah. So can they be filled with
All
the
right,
wormholes?
okay.
Can they be filled with resin?
Yeah, resin, super glue, 2-part epoxy glue, because you can colour that as well. In fact, if the wormholes, you're probably as well using 2-part epoxy glue, because you can actually spread that on rather than having to pour it. Because with resin, you'd probably end up having to pour it.
Yeah.
These cracks have actually gone a hell of a lot bigger than what I thought they were going to be. So I'm going to try, if I can,
Done.
and turn a lot of them out. It might end up with the bowl being a lot smaller, but
Garrett, the other thing you could do is fill them with coffee grinds. So filter coffee, dry it out in the oven, makes your house smell amazing, by the way. And then soak them into the holes with CA glue.
Chris Clanders joined.
Or you can use from all three, they're black, thick super glue.
Product placement. Kev at 9K Creations is in, and he's asking, question, are they the same as Spanish plane trees? They are chopping them all down because of people's illnesses caused by them. I have no idea.
I have got no idea. The best way to find out, the best way to find out is to go onto a website called the Wood Database.
Put the link in. Hold on.
Good lad, Mark. Nice one.
They spent about 400 at Yandles, by the way.
Well done, Andrew. Good catch.
God, I haven't looked at this website for ages.
The holes are about 2 millimeters wide, Gerard saying. You're probably going to want thin CA to get down into them, I would have thought.
Yeah, thin CA, coffee grinds, contrasting wood dust. Clean your bandsaw out. Just saw some scrap sapele or mahogany or something like that. Collect the dust, shove that into the holes, fill it with CA. Andy H is in. Hello, Andy.
Hello, mate. Yeah, I cleaned the bandsaw out the other day and popped a new blade on it because I'm still using the same blades when I picked it up from Wayne's. I'd only used it a couple of times. And the other day I put a new blade on it. Oh, what a beast. It was fantastic. I forgot how good new blades are.
Katie's in.
Hello, Katie.
I remember last year when Ruby came over and visited, Pete cleaned out his bandsaw because Ruby was bringing some French ebony.
Oh.
And we cut up all this ebony and she gave us all a few chunks. And I turned around to Pete and said, would you like me to just hoover out your bandsaw now? And he said, you do, and I'll never find the body.
Kev's asking, are the London ones got the camouflage bark as they have in Spain? Now that I don't know either. I haven't seen the bark on the London plane. The only blanks I had were already cut.
Wood Dude's in. Hello, Stephen. How are you, mate?
Hello, Stephen. And Roy's the boys as well.
Right, I'm going to stick some more.
How you doing, buddy?
CA glue in here. And again, if you are using super glue, CA glue, whatever, the best thing to do when you're using it is to actually fill the cracks before you do your final cut. That way it takes off any excess on the wood surrounding it.
Who asked the
You
question
can try and use sand and sealer before you put the super glue on. That sometimes stops the wood from getting marked as well. But I find if you put it on before you do the final cut, it really does help. That's a hell of a long crack, that is.
If it
Kevin
was the-
9K, to answer
That's
your
it.
question, I've just looked at Google Images for Spanish plane, and they've got the camouflage bark, but the London one's not so much.
Miss T's Woodturning says, I've turned a lot of really badly cracked London plane on one piece that she made, filled the cracks with turquoise milliput, and it looks stunning.
Well,
I
that
would
would be
imagine
good.
it would. That would be good. Jennifer's asking, Gerard, how long until you retire? One day less than yesterday and one more than tomorrow. Good answer.
Yeah.
And Katie's asking how we all are. Wow.
Can't complain.
We're all
I'm
good,
still
I think.
breathing, which is always a bonus.
Right, there's 71 lovely people in and there's only 20 thumbs up. Now, by my reckoning, and this is good bit of maths,
I've got some bloody wormholes here as well.
51
See?
people have an opportunity. Go on, you know you want to.
Right, this crack here must go real deep.
Real deep.
How deep?
Real deep.
I'm looking. I don't know where that one is. Oh, there it is. There, look, yeah.
Real deep.
He's with us in spirit.
So disturbing.
Very disturbing. Andrew has sent me a message. She said he should be along shortly.
Nice one.
No, Wayne, he should be along shortly.
Shortly. Yeah.
Martin
Oh,
Ford's
next.
got a question.
Yeah.
He says, did I imagine it, or were you involved in moving a VB36 recently? How did it go?
I was.
He may have a chance of one, but he hasn't seen one in the flesh. And
He
wondering
hasn't seen
how
one.
big a task it is. Oh man!
Okay.
It's tiny,
Right.
isn't it,
What
Wayne?
you? Yes,
Tiny
I did. It's a very tiny lathe. I was involved in picking up a new VB for Glyn the other week. We travelled all the way down to just west of Bournemouth to pick it up. We had a Luton van with a tail lift on. You definitely need a Luton van with a tail lift on. And if you can get access to one, an engine hoist is also preferred as well. And what we did was that we had a pallet in the van, and we had the pallet bolted down or screwed down to the floor of the van, which you're not really supposed to do. And then we actually maneuvered the VB onto the pallet and screwed that down to the pallet, and actually strapped it to the sides of the van as well, which you're not supposed to do because I popped all the screws on the rails. It was being sold by the wife of somebody who had died, and her grandson and one of his mates, there's a couple of guys in the 30s, were actually giving us a hand, and they actually manhandled the VB. And then when we got it back to Scarborough, to Glyn's workshop, we used the engine hoist to get it onto the tail lift, and then we actually lowered the tail lift, and both Glyn and I manhandled it into the workshop and left it just enough so the doors would close.
Clive's in. Clive's in, and he says, I just clicked like. Evening all. Sorry I missed you at Harrogate, Wayne.
Yeah, and you, Clive. I bloody went looking for you all over the place. You must have been bloody hiding somewhere.
Wesley Hannah's in as well. Hi, Wesley.
Hello, Wesley.
I even went looking for Mama Sneaks, and I never saw her either.
Scott's asking, if JP is here in spirit, is he the ghost of Christmas past, future, or present? No idea. He's probably just creepy. Let me click on one of them. Think no, let's not.
Right, I'm just going to give my finishing gouge a quick sharpen, because this is going to be the finishing cut on this.
Alan Gibson. Hello, Alan.
Here's one for Andrew and Lucy.
And his wallet cried.
Alan, he's making a bowl from London plain or lacewood. Mark Stroughton says,
Brad R's in. Yeah, Mark Stroughton's in, and so is Alan Gibb. Evening, gents.
Here we go. A nice fine cut, just as a finishing cut.
Lucy missed that. Oh dear. Jennifer's asking how Scott's feeling. With his hands, Jennifer. With his hands. Oh, I didn't realise, Mark. Your meme's here as well, isn't it?
don't do it. Don't do it.
There we go.
It's there as well.
Oh, hold on then if it's there.
These broken wings.
Oh, you're a funny man.
I'm just going to do another cut on here, because I've still got some of the CA glue actually showing there.
Good, because I love watching you do those finishing cuts.
I specifically did a Wayne the other day. I went straight back to the Sorbet, did a little clean up on it, and then did my finishing cut with my bowl gouge. I was like,
It
it does work.
It really is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Always freshly sharpened gouge for a finishing cut. And whenever I do a finishing cut on a bowl, I know it's slightly disturbing, but I always think of Wayne.
I don't actually know if I should be concerned about that or not.
Oh yeah, you should. You should. We'll talk about
Shane's
it later.
in. Shane! Hurst, how you doing, buddy?
You probably can't see it very well, but all the surrounding parts of where the cracks were, all the super glue, there's no super glue on the surrounding wood. The super glue is only actually in the cracks.
Nice.
So, like I say, yours as well, if you're going to use super glue, do it before you finish and cut. Or if you want to, try to use a sand and sealer before you put the super glue on. That can sometimes help. Not every time, but it can sometimes help doing that as well.
Right. Roger Kent has joined us, and Martin Ford saying, thanks, Wayne. Much appreciated. I know a lad in Hexham who has too. Not had a chance to get over there yet, but I'll go and have a look. He looked at the new ones made in Germany, and they're about £17,000 plus.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want all the bits. How much is, if you don't mind us asking, how much are the ones that's being sold in Hexham?
Roger, Roy's always asked a question. What's Brazilian piranha pine like? And is it cheap to buy? Roy, before anybody answers that, piranha pine is a critically endangered species. So I would not recommend anybody trying to purchase it.
no.
Because if you purchase it, it creates a demand, and they
Yeah.
will try and fulfill the demand, and then that species will become extinct because if it's critically endangered.
You'll probably find if you're in the UK, there's probably
Buy
none
it
of the
in anyway.
suppliers will sell it because it's probably on the is it the
Endangered list.
CERTS list?
CERTES list, yeah.
CERTES
If it's
list.
critically endangered, steer clear.
Woodworm Paul's joined us, and so has John T. How's the shed, John? Are we getting any closer? Go on, you know you want to.
Oh, Martin said $3,000, Wayne, but no extras. I'll tell him again afterwards, Martin. He can't hear me because he's drilling. Wayne, the VBs are $3,000, but no extras.
Rain, sleet, and snow. The
That's
mailman,
around
Martin
about the
Priest, is
average
in.
price. Yeah. Thing is, if there's no extras with it, the extras are quite expensive. Now, the last one that Glyn bought, it is a long bed. It had quite a few extras with it as well, but Glyn's already got loads of stuff for his other VB, and Glyn got that for 2,200.
Bargain.
I've still seen them advertised second hand for $5,500. In fact, one of the guys who works with Simon Hope, he was at Harrogate. He's actually selling his for about 5,500, with lots of extras with it as well.
Cornish Maid's got to go. Catch you later, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
So,
Roger Kent is asking, what's ironwood like to turn?
I'm going to guess hard.
Losing the name.
Yeah, hard. Roy said there's a bit for sale near him, 590 by 150 by 45. That's why he was asking, I'm guessing.
Right, now the other thing about the VB is that it's not an exceptionally big lathe. It's got quite a small footprint, but it is bloody heavy.
Yeah, you won't be putting it on your wooden shed floor.
No, it'll probably go straight through.
It's a concrete base, really.
What am I looking for? Pair scissors. What else am I looking for? Some abrasive paper.
John T said the swear word decorating was used. Oh dear.
Decorating?
Somebody's trying to sway you from the cause, John. Don't be swayed. Get a decorator in and buy a shed.
Yeah, Jane said we really need to decorate. I says I'll bring some shavings in, chuck them about.
Yes. Andy and Lucy are having a domestic again. He's adding things to his Christmas list, and she's told him to jog on. Not so much out in the street, John. We want to see you out in your shed. Yeah.
There we go. So that's been sanded to 240. So now I'll put some conversation starter on there.
Starter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shug, Andrew's in the background.
Yeah, I'm just about to bring him in, mate.
Hello.
Yeah,
Evening,
there he
Andrew.
is.
How we all doing?
All good, mate. All good.
Doing good.
I did tell Wayne. I said Andrew said he'll be along shortly.
I will be along shortly. It was a little bit busy today. Oh, shortly. Oh, you.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, mate.
it's a Wednesday. I'll shut up.
Lucy said that's why it's called a wish list. Well done. Well done. Right. Wesley Hanna said, Roger, if you're talking American desert ironwood, it is very hard. I couldn't complete one pass without needing to sharpen. Carbide is advised, but it sands and
Yeah.
finishes beautifully.
Yes, ironwood is very hard. As is lignum. As is leadwood. If I remember rightly, I think leadwood is one of the few woods that actually sinks.
Sinks in water, yeah.
All right, so I am going to use Yorkshire grit. New packaging. It's got the Easy Wood tools on there. And also,
nice.
for people in the UK, if you are still wanting to use Yorkshire grit, there is a link in the description to an Amazon page where they sell Yorkshire grit, I think.
Nice.
Andy Bundy Rowe, get shorty. Hey, listen, thank you to everyone that said hello. I know I'm late. I am sorry. So, hello to everybody.
I'm glad you turned up, because otherwise I'm gonna have to put more Jamie memes up. And I'm disturbing people with it. Gerard said they're out of stock on Amazon. And Martin just got his Yorkshire about 5 minutes ago. Nice. Did you deliver it to yourself though, Martin? Because that's cheating.
Or was it somebody else's?
Yeah.
Found it in the ditch.
It was in the ditch. Hey, Roy.
Right,
Douglas
turn the
says
speed down
Hamilton would be hard as well.
to around about 250. And just using the same piece of paper that I applied it with, and just start working it in.
Joe Senior's just turned up. Hello, Joe. How you doing?
Hello,
Hi,
Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Martin's okay. He says UPS delivered it. You're in the clear then, Martin.
Doing some good stuff at the minute, Martin. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, with the snowman and that. Yes.
Yes.
Lovely. Auntie Paula's saying she's really liking her sawdust carpet.
The code.
Oh, hi,
The code for
Paula.
something.
I never heard you come in.
I did tell you she was in at the start.
All right, sorry.
She's been here from the very beginning.
Was you not listening, Wayne?
No, he wasn't.
Sorry?
What?
Say
What?
word. You mean like
What?
oh dear.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Martin says, my wife is all about snowmen, more like obsessed.
So you know what that means, Martin? You need to make more of them.
You're going to have a snowman army.
Yes.
Get her out there on the lathe. I'm sure she'll enjoy that.
Oh yeah. Just don't give her the keys to the garage, because otherwise you won't go looking again. Joe loves snowmen as well. Yes.
Connie's in.
Connie.
Connie. So good they named it
Cheeky
twice.
girl.
I know, but I can't find it. I'm looking, Andrew.
That's why I did it for you. So I know you're slow.
Oh. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Huey, you're not up to speed yet. I'll cover you. It's fine.
That's it. You do that. I still can't. I've looked all the way down it. I can't find it. Where's he hide these? I can find Shut Up Ashley
sure
ones.
I thought he titled them all.
The moment's gone
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
You know that, don't
you've
you?
lost it.
You've ruined it. A
Boom.
pair of you.
Johnny, you cheeky girl.
Better late than never.
Yes.
Paul is
Right,
asking,
so
Wayne,
to finish
Paul is
this-
asking,
yeah,
hold on. Would you recommend liquid or spray sanding sealer?
I prefer the spray because it dries quick. And it tends, sometimes I've found using the liquid, if you don't knock it back properly, it can leave lines. If you are using the liquid, let it dry properly and use an orange web brax pad, which you can get from Chestnut Products, to knock it back. Either that or use Yorkshire Grit, because Yorkshire Grit's an abrasive.
Despite what Terry
if you
Smart
need,
says, thin it.
yeah, thin it. Yeah, I always I have got liquid sand and sealer, the cellulose, and I just thin that down with cellulose thinners.
60-40,
Lewis is in.
70-30.
Hello, Lewis.
Penetrates
Lewis.
deeper, dries quicker.
And Terry
So I'm
Cox as
using
well.
Hampshire Sheen. Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline wax. This is food contact and toy safe. Now you can use this straight over the top. Now obviously I've used Yorkshire Grit on this. You can use this straight over the top of Yorkshire Grit, or if you want to, you can put a different finish on. You can use a different type of paste wax, put that on, let that dry properly, give it a bit of a buff, and then you can use microcrystalline wax over the top of the wax finish. What microcrystalline wax does, it gives a more durable finish. It is sort of water, well, it's water resistant, and also tends not to show up finger marks or anything like that as well.
Ah.
Get it rubbed in. The best way of doing this, which I never seem to do when I'm doing my live shows, the best way to do this is to actually apply it, let it dry, and then buff it off once it's dried. That gives a very nice gloss finish. But what I can do is just give this a quick buff, just with a piece of paper that I've been using. And then once I've finished the inside, this wax on the outside will be dry, and I can give it a quick buff up with my buffing wheel in the drill. So that's it.
Pete from Twisted Trees is in. He said, "Good morning, all."
Good morning, Pete. How you doing? How's the workshop
you
moving
didn't.
going?
Hey, Pete.
And by the looks of it, Scott's having a takeaway.
Oh, very nice. What more could you want on a Wednesday night? Well, actually, a pizza would go down right about now. Go with this rum.
Right, now the guy who I got this piece of wood from has sadly died, I'm afraid to say. But he obviously bought this the 4th of May of 2003.
Oh.
10-inch by 3.5. And it was reduced from £9.30 down to £6 at that point.
Holy moly. Brian's in. Hello, Brian.
Mr.
We were
Hartwood, how are you doing?
We were just chatting about you earlier on, weren't we, Mark?
We were. Hey, Brian.
Ah,
Can't possibly tell him what we were saying.
tell Brian your news, Mark. Tell him.
I don't know if he was watching me. I don't think he watched me last night. I do have a new SK114, which makes the collection up to 4 now, because they were discounted.
William Kenny's in. Hello, buddy.
I have 4, which is 4 more than he does.
Thing is, Brian don't need an SK114. He's happy with the chucks that he has.
No, he does
just-
need
he
them.
don't need
He just won't accept the fact that he needs them. He's labouring under a false impression.
Brian don't need an SK114 because he's got SK Crafts Chuck Buddy. Yes.
There you go.
He says, hold on, Mark. He said, oh, no, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Well, Mark, if you've got 4,
Yep.
and Brian's got none,
Yep. I know where you're
why
going with
don't
this.
why don't you loan him one?
Because I actually use all 4. Because I have the drawers that I use most set up on all 4.
Yeah,
Oh, I
but you've
don't have
only
to-
just bought the 4th one, so
But
you
I
could
do
do
have-
without it for a
Yeah, but
couple
I
of
used
weeks.
to have to. No, because I used to have to change drawers over, and it cost me time. So now I
yeah,
don't
okay.
have to.
Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. This is very controversial. Benjamin has chucked his size 9s in and says Brian doesn't need an S114 like Joe doesn't need singing lessons. Joe,
See?
have at it. Go.
Put him on the list, Joe.
Joe's going to come back with "Shut it, jamming."
Yeah. I just did, Scott. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks. There's just no need for it. There's no need at all for that.
Pete, I can actually. Those drawers are brilliant.
Is it the jaws that you used in your live the other day when you did the
The ones I
goblet?
was using last night. Yeah, with the goblet. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're the same diameter hole as the sea jaws,
Wow.
but they don't mark the wood at all.
So is that just the gouge that marks the wood?
That's only the gouge that marks the wood. Yeah, it's the nut holding the gouge marks the wood.
That was unfortunate, to be fair.
It happens.
I know.
Chris at Bailey Woodworks is in. Hello, buddy.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, what you pay for, Brian? Says he doesn't
Lewis
want
is
one, they're too
saying.
expensive.
Lewis
Yeah.
is saying Ben may pass Mark on Joe's list. Oh, I think he
Yes.
will.
I don't. To tell you the truth, I don't think anybody's going to pass Mark on Joe's list. I mean, that list for Mark
No,
has
I-
been
no,
going
I've
for
removed-
years
I've-
now.
I've removed myself from all lists. It's not a problem anymore.
I don't think it was a voluntary removal. Oh, Dale's in. How you doing, buddy?
Right, it wasn't.
Hello, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
Brian's unfortunate but really funny. It was. It's hilarious. Especially as the person I was making it for was watching in the chat.
Yeah, but you can make him another one, can't you? It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, I've got some more. I've still got some more of the woody game. It's tomorrow's task.
Chris at Bailey said, just finished up the short week for Thanksgiving holiday. Had a company bowling party. Nice. There must have been drink involved, though, because I don't bowl without drink.
You don't do anything
Yeah.
without drink.
That's the one holiday I miss celebrating from when I used to live in America. Like the food at Thanksgiving is just phenomenal. Pumpkin pie, candied yams, potatoes with gravy. Are you dribbling yet, Chuck?
Do you know I've never had pumpkin pie. It's something that just doesn't appeal to me.
Oh,
I'm with
mate,
you on
neither.
that one, Shug. Yeah, I'm
it's
with you guys.
amazing.
I've never had pumpkin pie.
It's amazing.
Right. Lewis said he was late to the party. Who is the other earworm? Well, that'll be little Andrew AGK. I say little because he's actually shorter than me for a change. Woohoo! I'm not sure.
There
Let
they
him
are.
think that. Let him think that, Lewis.
I've got photographic evidence. Honestly, it wasn't doctored much. Oh dear.
Get yourself down to Waitrose. Buy a couple of cans of Libby's pumpkin puree. Follow the directions on the back of the tin and make the best pie you'll ever eat. That's all I can say.
Get myself down to where again, Mark?
Waitrose.
Oof. Oof, you come from a posher area than me, sunshine. That'd have its windows put through round here. Aldi or Lidl and that, you know, if you're lucky, you can afford Tesco's.
Hold on. What is this Wayne is using?
What is
Now-
this, I spy?
Ruby has been on at me for years to use a curved bull rest, a curved tool rest. So while I was at Harrogate, I decided to get one.
That's very
And
nice, Wayne.
ironically, I happen to know that Ruby is out for dinner with friends tonight, so she's not watching.
And for some reason,
Let's go down a bit.
no, it's moving.
Move it.
Right, 240 grit.
Lionel's in. Bonsoir, Lionel.
Hello, Lionel.
Hello, Lionel. How are you doing?
Yes, our colonial cousins are chastising me for never having tried pumpkin pie. Well,
I've never
okay.
tried it.
It's
Never wanted
good,
to.
It's just phenomenal. I can see I'm going to have to make you all pumpkin pie now.
That's still moving.
Oh, that's a bit strange, isn't it?
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've
'Cause
got that tightened
You
up.
can't
I don't
tighten
know
it
how
anymore.
tight. And that is still moving.
Just don't snap that nut off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not very happy with that.
No.
We'll go back to that one then.
Pete said he found the same with his robust tool rest. He needed a bit of roughing up to hold properly. He used 180 grit on it.
Oh, 180. I just used 240 there. All right, I'll sort that tomorrow. Can't be bothered tonight.
Yeah, Dale's saying, Wayne, there's a very slight shift when you were tightening it up.
Right.
Rob said, after seeing the kids
Just
follow
get
them out,
my
and what
get my
comes out of
vernier
them,
out.
eating is just not a thing. I might be persuaded to give it a try. You know, it's
Don't
food.
be fooled. It's not just pumpkin. There's brown sugar, cinnamon, condensed milk, I mean, it's one of the sweetest things you'll ever eat. The pumpkin really is just there to make it orange.
What about rum?
You could put rum in it. Yeah.
Mm. 10 beers and I might think about it. Yes, Rob.
Yep.
A good few rums and I'll be involved.
I think I'd sooner have one of Shug's Toblerones.
Oh, one of my Toblerones. Oh, that's a good idea. Toblerone.
Right, the next time anybody buys a Toblerone, have a look at the picture of the mountain.
Yeah. It's quite
Have a look
spooky,
at the picture of
isn't
the
it?
mountain in the background. Yeah, and see if you can see a bear in there.
Mm-hmm. It's genuinely quite spooky. Dale says he likes Thanksgiving because he gets a few days off work. Lucy, I saw a huge Toblerone the other day, and at £84, I was not buying it, no matter how big a fan I am.
My days
they
of
the-
eating Toblerone are long gone.
Are they the metric calipers you're using there, Wayne?
Yep.
Oh, Ben, that's sacrilege in Huey's world.
But it was probably still alright. Chuck would have eaten
All
it.
chocolate turns white if you let it get hot and then go cold again. You'd be all right, Benny. It'd have been fine. What a waste. What a waste.
Oh,
Robin Thorogood is asking, Wayne, when would you use
Yeah.
a bit to remove the centre of the blank?
Never. Not on a ball blank. I never use a drill bit to move the centre at all, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be quite a popular practice across the pond, but we don't tend to do it over here.
No, Jim, it's not behind the mountain.
I would
It's a
think
part
no.
of the logo.
Especially if I was doing a thin wall bowl. If I was doing a really thin wall bowl, which I do quite a few of, I always have the bulk of the wood left in the middle until I get part way down the bowl. That actually stops the outer wall vibrating when you're going really thin. And if you drill a hole right down the middle, you basically can't do that. Let's see. I've still got just a little bit to go off there. See, what you can also do, you don't have to use which calibers did you call these, Shug?
They're the metric calipers, mate.
Yeah. See, you don't have to use the metric calipers. You can also use the Imperial ones.
Yeah.
Like that. And if you're really clever, you can actually use both of them at the same time.
And that is what we do when we make something for our American cousins. That's what we do. We use both calipers at the same time. Wesley Hanna said, "You Brits and your metric system. Don't even go there."
Right. I'm just going to get my English grind or bottom feed or whatever you want to call it, just to finish off the bottom of this.
Kevin's asking, Wayne, is it to do with the national flag? I think he's on about the Toblerone question.
No, if you look at the mountain in the background, that's on the Toblerone. You can actually see a bear standing up.
Mm-hmm. It's actually in part of the logo, mate. And you know, I didn't know until a kid showed me.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Wesley Hannah's saying, if the good Lord wanted us to use the metric system, Jesus would only have had 10 disciples.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because Mary was going to call the child Gary until she stubbed her toe on the coffee table.
Can't say that. Can't say that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh dear. Yeah, Rob said you wouldn't believe how many times I get asked for a 4.5 inch by 1 millimeter cutting disc. Well, it's funny you say that, Rob, but in everyday use, the tyres on your car come as a metric stroke imperial size, because they'll be something like 195, 55, which are in millimeters, and then stroke 15, which is in inches. How do you work that one out?
Right.
There we go.
There you go. There's a link for a picture of the Toblerone logo, which Scott's already done as well. Yeah, no, I had to go and find it now.
So, Susie Swiss Woodturner is saying Toblerone is Swiss chocolate. The company that invented Toblerone was based in Bern, the capital of Switzerland. In the 1920s, the Toblerone had only a bear on it. Later, the mountain, and then both. Hence
There
the
you
reason
go.
it's there.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you very much, Susie. Jim used the search bar and found it. Well done, Jim.
Google is your friend.
Yes, that's right. We drink beer in pints, not litres.
Well, actually,
Well,
most people do.
quite good at drinking beer in litres. We just break it down into pints.
I'm quite good at drinking rum in pints, if that helps.
About 3/4 of the way through
Didn't
a
Wayne
litre
own
of
the
Doom Bar.
Ward's asking, did Wayne own the stable? So it's your fault the coffee table was there, Wayne. Dale says if you look really closely, you can also see a bloke drinking beer with the bear, but you have to squint a bit. No, that's Hofmeister Dale. If you want great lager, follow the bear. Gerard says in Germany they drink by the tankards. Yes, that's the one.
Somebody's pinched Brushy.
Brushy!
Sure, give it back.
No, I've got my own Brushy.
Oh.
I know, because JP sent it me and then
Right.
said, clean your workshop.
Brad is saying, all I have to say is you guys gave us the Imperial system, then buggered off and switched to metric just out of spite. We didn't switch just out of spite. It was kind of forced on us. We can go back to it anytime we like now.
And not only that, if we look back a little bit further, at one point, apparently America was going to go to metric as well. So Canada geared up to go to metric, and then Americans went, actually, no.
No, we're not going to do that.
So we're all in the same boat together. We're all
kind of committed, so they had to.
We're all confused now. Jim said, I played rugby with a guy that that drank his beer from his leather hat. Ew. That's almost as bad as the guy I heard about that drank it from a boot.
Oh.
That is looking lovely, Wayne.
Thank you. I haven't done anything plain and simple for quite a while.
It's a lovely wood. Very underrated.
Dale's blaming Gerard. Martin Ford said, anyone ever drink Birra Moretti? My mate said the chap on the bottle looks like a sort of Alpine Saddam Hussein.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna have to go and have a look at that on Google.
No, stop!
I am. Oh my God, he's right.
Oh dear. Wesley Hannah's got a scoop. He says he'll catch up later. Catch you later, Wesley. Have a good one, mate.
See you, Wes.
Ben, Martin, that's hilarious.
Jim Spalding said he used a 10mm socket on his Ford pickup yesterday. Oh, going to the metrics. Gone to the dark side.
Surprised you really find one.
Who'd you pinch that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say, how did you find one of them? That is the rarest beast in the world.
I bet you go back into the garage tomorrow and it won't be there.
The hardest things to find. A 10mm combination spanner, a 13mm combination spanner, or a 10 and a 13 socket.
That looks like a remarkably new tin.
It does, doesn't it?
I think that
It is a remarkably new tin.
That might have been a Harrogate purchase.
It was.
Rob from Klingsport, or a 10mm adjustable spanner.
Yes, I've got two adjustable spanners. One's metric and one's Imperial.
And the other one, yeah, I've got a set of them.
Jim thinks it's still in the centre tray of the truck. But have you checked? Because I bet it isn't.
It will have fallen through a hole in the relative dimensions.
Someone will have walked past and gone, oh, 10mm.
It is commonly known that 10mm sockets have legs.
Kev's asking, Wayne, is that better than the other microcrystalline?
Right. I think the Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline has got carnauba wax in it as well. I'm not too sure about the Chestnut Products one.
The Hampshire Sheen one is a bit harder as well. The Chestnut one's a little bit softer. Has a bit more spirit in it.
Radar's saying he's noticed he can never find an 11mm wrench, but he has all the 10 and 12s he could ever want. Well then, you could be a very rich man. You can feel free to sell those 10mm sockets, spanners, or anything else you can get, because every mechanic I know has never got them. I actually bought a set of 3 long reach 10mm sockets because I was sick of losing them.
That's a very pretty piece of wood.
That has turned out really nice.
That is a lovely shape as well.
Yes.
You can just see the plain grain over on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I
There's
can
a bit on the right too.
get it
But
in
that-
shot when I come back to the other camera.
But it is London, not Spanish, because otherwise the grain in Spain. But no, okay.
Falls mainly on
The
the
grain in Spain.
It's never very plain.
There it is. So you should be able to see.
It's a very
the
Glenn
coming
Lucas
out.
inspired shape.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Champion.
That shows it there.
Lovely.
And there is the inside, with an even wall thickness throughout, which I'm quite happy with. So there we go. Oh, glasses. That's better.
Those three
See what
glasses
you're
on.
doing now.
I can
The only
see.
person I know
Again,
who takes them off and says that's better.
there we go. No, you're fine, Mark. You're fine. Everybody's a drunkaholic in this room.
Oh, good.
No
Warren's
barmaid
asking
on
if
call
somebody having a
tonight.
demo in 25 minutes.
Andrew,
Oh my life. That's a,
Oh,
Andrew,
that
have you
took
got a
me
demo?
over an hour to do a bloody
Andrew,
ball. What's going
stick
on?
your link in. Stick your link in, Andrew.
oh yeah.
Andrew, put your link in.
Yes, I will. Give me
Yeah.
a sec.
Yeah, come on, stop messing about now, because otherwise we'd have to watch Marks again.
These broken wings.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Mark, but these guys are ruthless.
Head them off at the pass. I hate that cliche.
Blazing Saddles. Lovely.
Have you still got my one there, Mark?
What's your one that's 2.5 feet thick?
Yeah, but
Yes,
look at
it's still
that.
got
Look at that
he's-
finish.
He's still got the pointy bits on.
Yeah, but look at the finish though. I mean, that's straight from the tool. That no sanding whatsoever.
Oh, horrendous tool marks, but you know.
Oh,
Like,
Gosh, dang it!
Sod.
oh.
Never ask Wayne to step in when you're doing a demo, because he'll always show you up.
And he'll do it on purpose. He'll take his time just to show you up.
Wayne, Scott's asking, can he share his link for tomorrow night as well?
yep. Stick it in. 9-8, Paula.
Wayne actually asked if he could step in at Harrogate. The answer is no, bugger off. I know what you like.
Catch you later, Paula.
Bye, Paula.
Mark had a few problems with the
Paula.
first. Mark was having a few problems with the first ball he was turning. So I said, "Do you want me to sort it for you?"
To be fair, we got Les Thorne
He
to come and help as
declined.
well. Yeah, we got Les Thorne to come and do it, and he couldn't do it either. So we trashed that ball. It was an impossible turn.
Oh, Rob, thank you very much, my friend. Very
Is that-
much appreciated.
Is that the bowl you were still turning when I came over as well, Mark?
Big
Wait a
one.
minute.
Gradually
Mark
got smaller.
started off with a ball this big, and by
This
the
deep.
end of by the end of it, it turned
It
out
was a
like
thimble.
this.
It was a never-ending bowl. Yeah.
And the
That
best
all
bit
part of the
was,
demo.
and the best bit was, him and Dan were both blaming each other.
Did you notice Katie was staying well out of it?
Fair play to her. Shame daft. Oh,
Right
Right then, guys. Thanks everybody for coming in and watching. Thanks for putting comments into the chat and joining in. Thanks to the earworms for keeping me up to date with what was going on, even if I wasn't listening half the time.
you was in the zone, weren't you? No wrong with that.
And I am now going to hit the button because I'm going indoors for a pint.
Fair play to you.
Not my usual glass of wine. I'm having a pint tonight. I'm having a pint of gin.
Well, that weren't the best fanfare I've ever done for you, Wayne, but
Right, I am going to hit the button. I've hit the button now.